Here we go.
Tune in and turn up your radio. It's going down. Turn up your speakers and let them bomb. Be on right now. You already heard about it. Fragile Simmons, y'all. So the next discussing topics. Pick up your phone and call. So real, talking about facts and the metaphysical. So deep, you're gonna need a rap to make sure you stay afloat. So baby, don't you change that station. Be a part of this history that's in the making. It don't matter what you're doing, just save it. And you can get back to it later. And you can catch some of this flavor. Cause real recognize real. Real recognize real. Real recognize real. Real recognize real. Hey yo, Shaw. Hey, listen, I tuned in one night, man. Appreciate that, man. That was real. Hey, real recognize real is a G-law. Always be yourself, never be a fraud. Life is up and down, call it seesaw. Stay woke, triple R, ringing the alarm. Franchella, feeling that thing better. Made from pure chocolate, dipped in vanilla. Caught up in the rain under your umbrella. Always rock the house from the roof to the cellar. Yeah, that's why I gotta tune in. When you're on camera, I hope they zoom in. So many shows only let buffoons in. Out my mind, they evicted so you can move in. Cause real recognize real. Always turned up, so lay back and just chill. Ain't thinking about drama, ain't thinking about bills. A natural high. No reason, no pills. Just you, baby. Real recognize real. Real recognize real. Real recognize real. Real recognize
Hey, real recognize real, y'all.
Yes.
Hey, welcome to the Real Recognize Real Talk Radio Show. I am your host, Franchella.
And I am the co-host, Lynette. Hey.
Hey, thank you guys for tuning in to another fabulous show as usual. We always bring you some amazing guests on some wonderful things. You know what I'm saying? Like talent. We got so much talent out there.
Yes.
Out there. In the news, it's always something tragic, something crazy going on. But you can always rest assured that we bring you, some light.
Some light and positivity.
Exactly. That's what it's about. But we do keep it 100 because This is a real recognized real talk radio show. Okay. So let's get into it because I see both of our guests are sitting in the queue, so they anxiously waiting to come up and so that we can get this interview popping. But that's just first. Give a shout out to our
Philadelphia Eagles, y'all. We have to shout out to our Philadelphia Eagles who brought us Saquon. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. I think it's Saquon Barkley. Barkley. I'm gonna just say that he's a beast, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do on our green field. So me and Franchella, we bleed green all day, every day. So welcome to Philly. Barker, Mr. Barkley. I'm sorry. I gotta say his name right? Mr. Barkley.
Yeah.
Welcome to Philly. And it's sad to see Big Fletch, going to retirement, and Jason Kelsey as well. But shout out to the both of you. Y'all did the darn thing and got us that Super Bowl. So nobody can ever take that away from you. You will always be champions, okay?
Exactly.
Enjoy your retirement.
Absolutely. So I'm just going to let y'all know before we bring up the guests that in 2025, Philadelphia Eagles once again is going to take the Super Bowl. Okay, that is my prediction. We are winning the Super Bowl again. So
y'all heard it first.
Let me just break it down to you a little bit, a little something, right? So me and my husband, we went to Paris to renew our vows, and it so happened to be what is it, the five feet with the what are they having here, the soccer thing that's coming to Philadelphia.
I don't even why. I know what you're talking about, FIFA or something like that.
Yeah, FIFA. So they're coming to Philly. So in 2018, when we won the Super Bowl, right? Mm-hmm. We went to France, and they won the FIFA there. They won the championship, and the Eagles won the championship. So now they're coming to Philly. Okay. So everybody won because we was there. Now they coming here to Philly, right? Right. And doing they do, and the Eagles going to win again because it's a full circle, right? Yes. So, I picked this up when I was in France. Tower. That's pretty. Right? I can show you the championship jerseys that I got in France. And then, of course, my Eagles. Yes, 2018 was the year. And now 2025 is going to happen again. Y'all heard it first. Franchella's prediction on the Real Recognized Real Talk Radio show that y'all heard it first. So remember, when we win, remember where y'all heard it first. Yes. Let me show y'all. Let me show you. Hold up for a second. Now y'all know she give me the platform. I'm a talk, and that's what I do. I know. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Real Recognized Real Talk Radio show and supporting young entrepreneurs that we have on the show tonight. So go ahead, Franchella. I'm just showing, just in case people don't think that I'm telling the truth. Being there in the championships, you know what I'm saying? Like I was there. So okay. I'm just letting y'all know. Okay. Got the receipts. I got receipts. I got receipts. So before we bring up our guests, let's do our chant. Okay. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. EAGLES. Eagles. 2025. Got me hype. All right. Yeah. Enough of that. Shout out to my cousin Corey Clement, who was very instrumental in helping us win that Super Bowl. I cannot put that out there. Shout out to you, C3. C3. Yeah, shout out to the family. Always shout out to the family. All right, let's bring up these most adorable brothers. My heart's gonna melt. Oh my God. Make sure we can see y'all. Okay, there we go. Hi, Tristan and Trace. Hi, guys. How are you?
Good.
Welcome to the Real Recognized Real Talk Radio show. I'm going to give you a proper introduction, and then we're going to go right into the interview. So this is a safe zone, so y'all can relax and breathe, and we promise we're not going to hit y'all with hard questions. We just going to keep it real, and so relax, okay? Mm-hmm. Y'all in good hands. So Tristan and Trace are brothers from Philadelphia. They attend a private school in Montgomery County and are avid sports fans. I should have told y'all, put that dog somewhere. He's part of the interview? Yes, the dog, Tripper, stop tripping, Tripper, which sparked it. Okay, so let me start over. They are avid sports fans, which sparked their interest in writing their first book as new authors of the Star Player trilogy. They have a 3-part trilogy about an aspiring basketball player who would like to make it to the NBA. So he learns valuable lessons in the book about teamwork and good sportsmanship. So they are here today to tell you all about their book, star player and how you can support and purchase it. So they're also my god kids. Two of my god kids. Shout out to all four of my god kids, but these are two of my god kids. Make sure y'all stay in the frame. We rather see y'all than the poster. So
I got kids, but I think we might be related too,
oh, yes.
Trace, because y'all got the last name, my last name Simmons. So we want to talk after this because we might be related or something, okay? Especially since you got so much talent. I'm sure you are related.
Yes, yes.
They like, what are y'all talking about? They ain't even paying this no mind. Y'all good back there? Yeah.
Tristan, you're on camera, Tristan.
Get the dog because he about to bark.
The dog.
I ain't see no smiles or nothing. All right, let's just get into it.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about, whoever want to go first, tell us a little bit about your book, The Star Player. What's it about? They shy too, but it's okay. Godmom's making them get out their comfort zone. Come on.
It's about a kid named Lamar Baton, and his dream is to go to the NBA. And then one day at his school, he has basketball tryouts, and like he really wants to make the teams. None of his friends are doing it, so he thinks he has a shot at making a team easily, and he thinks he's the best player in the school.
Hence the star player. So what inspired y'all to write it? Do you all play sports?
Yes.
So what do you play?
Basketball,
What else?
Football. We run track, and that's it.
No, that's great. It's not. That's not it. That's great because there's so many kids that just want to sit home and be on their
video
games and not get out. That's very good. You guys are staying active and you know and trying your hand because what so Trace, what's your favorite sport that you play?
Basketball probably.
Basketball. How about you, Tristan?
Basketball.
Basketball as well. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to get y'all on the court because you know my free throw game is all that. Like, yeah, it's straight net.
On that.
Yes.
Well, I can honestly say that I watched both of them play basketball, and they're actually pretty good. So they also aspire to be playing in the NBA, but I always say have a backup plan, you know what I mean, just in case, because everybody don't get to make it, no matter the talent, no matter how good their talent is. Don't give up on your dream, but also have a plan B. That's all I'm saying. So how can people purchase your book?
They can
either Cash App or buy it from us or go on Lulu.com.
On Lulu.com. Y'all hear that? On Lulu.com. Your mother don't want to give out her number. I can post it after the show. I'll post it after the show. But does your mom care if I post her number?
No, she don't care.
Okay. Do you know the Cash App?
Not exactly.
Okay. Well, I'll make sure I get it and post it after the show.
Let me see the book cover. You guys got the book in front of you? Let's see.
We're excited.
Oh, nice. Okay. It's a star player part 1. So yep. I guess are we writing part 2 or something already? Y'all already?
The trilogy. Oh, go ahead. Let me shut up. It's a 3-part. But go ahead.
Yeah, we wrote 3 parts of the book.
Okay.
So this is part 1. Like I said, they are shy, so they don't have really a lot to say, but I wanted to give them exposure to being interviewed because this is the start of something really good, you know. So I really do hope that y'all go out and support. Literacy is extremely important, especially to our young Black youth. You know, Instead of picking up guns, pick up a book.
That's right.
And read it. You know, so if y'all out there, y'all have children, the book is from, I guess it will range children from 7 and up. So it's not like a toddler book because they might not understand the content about playing basketball.
So wait, so by the time we get to part 3, right? Mm-hmm. Can y'all set, you know, put in there that, you know, the star player got interviewed by the real recognized real talk radio ladies?
That could definitely go into part 2.
Yeah. You know, that they got interviewed, you know, because he's a star, right?
That's right.
I'm trying to put my plug in too, y'all. I'm trying to, you know. Now, if y'all going to be doing like readings or go to different try different bookstores where they be having different readings at.
Yeah.
Um, you
So
know, you can't be shy in this game, y'all. Y'all can't be shy.
so
Who
tell them what y'all got going on that everybody should come to on April in April.
April, we doing like a book read aloud,
Book signing, yeah.
a book signing.
So April 13th,
April
April
13th.
13th at the Sharon Hill Public Library, they're
nice,
doing a book signing from 12 to 3. So they're going to read a little bit of their book, and then they're going to be signing autographs of their book for that you can purchase. So it's
nice,
April the 13th, 12 to 3 at the Sharon Hill Public Library. I also post that as well.
nice.
So we go they shot on camera, but off camera they not too much.
But I mean, on camera, that's easy because nobody is there, right? I mean, you don't know who's watching. You can't
Right.
see who's watching,
Right.
and it's only us talking to y'all. Y'all should be more comfortable with that than when you in public in front of a whole bunch of people.
Right. Right. So what advice can you give young authors, Franchella? Franchella wrote a screenplay. So what advice would you, and she has children. So what advice would you give young authors like Tristan and Trace?
So I would just advise you guys to continue your dream, whether it's in actually playing sports or being an author. Don't stop at this one book. Keep, I'm sure you have creative minds because you wouldn't
Trace.
even started this. So continue to write and put it down on a piece of paper, because sometimes things come to your head and the next minute, you kind of forgot, like, this whole thing that you put together in your head. Always keep a diary of what's going on in your life, all your achievements, all the ups, all the downs. That also makes a good book,
Right.
just
Right.
your life, dealing with different classmates and people, and even your parents, your godmother, maybe something she said that triggers something in you, just write it down. I mean, you guys can have a slew of books just from life experiences. So just keep going, never stop, and we're here to support you. But I
Absolutely.
want y'all to be a little bit more like rah rah. Let's go, let's go. I now this one. Now which one is Trace and which one is Tristan?
Trace is the youngest one, the one that raised his hand. That's Trace, and
Okay,
and that's Tristan.
and Tristan.
Yeah.
Okay, and so how old are you, Tristan?
14.
14 and
11.
Trace 11.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So
Tristan is also a cancer survivor. So
Tristan is.
yes,
Oh, okay.
so
Amen to
God is
that.
good.
All the time, all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
So I want. Are y'all? What's up with the girls? Y'all got girl?
Real recognize real.
Y'all got girlfriends? What's going on with that?
No.
No.
Good
Good.
answer.
Like
Good
no,
answer. Focus on those academics
that's right.
and your achievements and your sports. All
Focus
that
on
will come
school
later.
first.
Yes, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
the girls gonna be there
They sure are a dime a dozen, and they're gonna
all
really
over
be
the
flocking
place.
when y'all start become real stars. They're gonna be flocking to y'all, so just wait on it. Wait on
Right, right.
it. And kudos to your mom.
Kudos to Sean. Shout out to my friend Sean, their
Yes,
mom. So kudos to mom as well.
exactly, because
Yeah,
it's rough out
it's
here.
rough raising two boys,
Mm-hmm. Yep. So shout
but
out
she's
to mom.
doing a great job with y'all.
Yep. Shout out and God mom. Shout out to God mom.
Shout out to God, man. Now y'all should be really smiling there on that one. It's like no. It's like
So
no. I love y'all to pieces. I just wanted to take this time to just give y'all a platform to shout out y'all book. Everybody go out there and get Star Player. It is on lulu.com. I'm going to post it where y'all can purchase it. Go to the book signing April 13th. I want to post all of this on after the show. after the show. So
Yeah.
thank you, Tristan and Trace, for being on the Real Recognize Real Talk radio show. Before y'all leave, give me a big smile so we can snap a picture that we can post.
No.
Here it come. Here it come. Give me a
So
big smile so we can post it.
there you go.
I love y'all.
Love you
All right,
too.
guys. All right, take it easy.
Have a blessed one. My God, kids. Two
Yeah,
of them.
they
Shout
they
out to
super shy.
John too, because I know y'all be watching like she ain't never say nothing about us.
Who
I asked
said
all
that?
my God kids, do they want to write a book? So for anybody out there say why she only asked Tristan and Trace? No, I asked all my God kids, do you want to write a book? I hope you do it. So they the one said yes. There you go.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. That's what's up.
Fred sounded like, yeah, okay. it's
Oh,
it's it's good to see though, because like I said, not only does it gives them exposure to writing, it gives them exposure to reading, and it helps them develop reading comprehension and understanding. So it's a bigger picture than just selling books. You know what I mean?
right. No, absolutely, absolutely. You have to stay focused.
Yeah.
So without further ado, we have another author, right? That we're getting ready to bring up.
Yes, yes, yes. Hey, hey, hey.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Thank you for joining us tonight on the Real Recognize Real Talk radio show. I'm going to give you a proper introduction, but before I do, let me know how to pronounce your last name. Is it Cartier? Cartier, like the watch? Is it Cartier?
it is exactly like the jeweler. No
Yes,
relation. No
Cartier.
relation, by the way. You know
Cartier. And
the
I mean, is this a
Cartier
real?
or Cartier? The French version or the English
well,
version?
you know what's funny? So the R is silent, and I used to think forever that it was French because that's usually what you hear that from.
Mm-hmm.
But it's actually my German great great um,
Ah.
grandfather paternal.
So pronounce it for me so I can
It's
stop
Car.
playing games.
It's Cartier. It's like you said it.
Oh, Cartier. Okay,
Yes, indeed.
Cartier. Okay. For some reason, I just want to say Cartier like that.
Listen, you're having fun with it, but in school it gets butchered, and I feel bad for my kids and wife because they
No,
people
it's a
ignore
beautiful.
it's
Listen,
pe-
it sounds like money. Okay.
people ignore the I. They sometimes call it Carter. You'd be surprised how bad it can get messed up.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Welcome back, Carter. I mean,
Yeah, there's people too
Because the
lazy
I
to
is there.
pronounce it
Yeah.
correctly. That's all.
it's
All
all
right.
good.
Well, let me give you a proper introduction. Robert Cartier is a husband, a writer, an illustrator, a cinematographer, a father of three from West Philadelphia. He is also a proud graduate of Overbrook High School. Shout out to Overbrook,
That's
Fred
right.
Show.
Yes.
And he later also attended Westchester University. He's also an author as well of a self-help book called to Waiting to See the Sun, which illustrates the struggle he and his wife had with children who have disabilities. He's also released a short story book called Josh's Letter. Robert is passionate about writing and especially enjoys writing about the human condition with a twist. And he is here to talk all about the work that he does, his YouTube channel, the cinematography, and just a lot of deep thought provoking things that he has been working on and that he plans to work on in the future. So welcome, Robert, to the Real Recognize Real Talk radio
Well,
show.
thank you
Welcome.
guys for having me. Apologizing from switching from my phone to the. I just got home, so I wanted to race home and get off of the poor reception of my phone. So now I'm in front of my desktop.
Well, we appreciate you for your professionalism.
Yes, exactly.
So how did you? I watched a little bit of what you created. I consider you an intelligent creative.
Thank you very
And
much.
I say that because I watch your work on YouTube to prep for the interview, and I'm like, wow, this is really awesome. Like, I'm particularly talking about the one that you had posted about. It was like a background that says Philadelphia, and
Right.
then you had. Did you make that your own theme music?
I got that from. there's various hosting sites where you can download music. I have a account with Envato, which allows you to download background music without any sort of copyright infringement or whatever like that.
Okay,
So,
say that name again, Franchella. You listen.
and Vato, I pay a subscription for it, but it's easier to use that service because you put in the right credentials so that the author gets credit, and that way you don't have to worry about no YouTube strikes or whatever like that. It's copyright
Right.
strikes because
Okay.
I literally don't know how people get around posting other people's clips and stuff without being banned. I
Mm.
haven't figured it out.
Well, you can't monetize. You just can't monetize with
Gotcha.
other people's music in the background or anything. If you want to monetize, you have to use the free downloads. That's what I was talking about earlier, Lynette. You have to use the free downloads to order to monetize.
Oh,
And
that's
is
good to
it
know.
me, my sunglasses on, or you're like very dark?
A little dark.
Give me a second because I have a little
Cause
light
I
here.
yeah, 'cause I know you light skinned, but I still can't see you. Okay,
I
cool.
But that's
I
better.
I've
Me,
not been considered light skinned before. I'm medium complexion.
medium complexion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I used to say the same thing. I'm honey roasted like a planet's peanut. But anyway, tell us a little bit about your work. So I just
Yes.
wanted to commend you on what I saw. But go ahead.
Um, unlike the young fellas ahead of me that were shy, I am not shy. So if anything, you're gonna have to like wave at me to get me to stop talking because I'm an extrovert on
This is talk
steroids.
radio. This is talk
Um,
radio.
I've been writing for a long time and like just kind of making up stuff. And I was on a football board where we did everything but talk football. So this started about, I don't know, 10 years ago when I would create these short stories where I would put in the guys from the board into these stories and just make up like fight scenes or scary whatever. And these guys like, yo, you need to write. You need to write. I was like, whatever. That takes a lot of time. But then I said, you know what? Let me just start playing around and see what I can do. So the book I have out there that you referenced, the Philadelphia trailer, that's actually my full length novel called Walls of Philadelphia, and that's about just as an author. I can't speak for anyone else, but I find it easier to talk when I'm creating characters or whatever like that. I start from what I know, and what I mean by what I know is the main character from that book is a guy similar age to me, similar profession to me. He has a daughter like me. The daughter has like literally the conditions that my daughter was born into, her disability. I brought that into the character, the main protagonist's character for that film. So I didn't have to create stuff from scratch. I used everything from what basically the main character is literally me, just called someone else.
Right.
So,
Well, now you spoiled it. You done told the secret.
well, I mean, you would have figured that out after the first couple pages, but it's like it's as the author, it's the most great thing in the world is just to world build and use your imagination to build up this character, show their evolution, show the plot, intrigue, whatever like that. What's their conflict? And so when I met people like your godsons last week or a couple weeks ago, I
Hmm.
try to get young people like, yo, if you really want to write, you know, you have to like writers write, and I tell that to people all the time. Like I have books that I don't know if I'll ever complete, but I love just diving into it and writing. I have short stories out there that are like 50, 60, sometimes 70 pages. So I can knock out a short story in like a week just
Now,
because.
would you
Wow.
turn it into a movie? I
Oh,
mean, would
so
you,
sorry.
go ahead.
Um, so the books that I'll probably never get around to, all my stuff that's on Amazon is self-published. Um, There's books I know I just never will have a chance to fully
Why?
huh?
Why?
Why will
Why?
Yeah, yeah. Like why do you half write? Why do you half write? Like, I mean, why?
um
Because
because
you
usually
you can wrap it up. Like wherever you are in a story, you can wrap it up. And if you
true,
don't, you know what I mean? Just so you
absolutely
have a completed work, and your work and your time and your energy that you put forth into doing something, it does is not producing nothing.
true.
Right.
And to I should have fix what I was about to say.
I'm
I do
sorry.
I do come around. No, I left it on a kind of a cliffhanger. I do come back and fix it and finish it.
Okay. Okay.
The problem is like the books I've done. It's like okay, you finish your writing, time to take it to the next step, get it professionally edited and stuff like that. Like that costs money. And
True.
some of the bigger books I have, you're talking close to $600-700 to get your stuff professionally edited. And sometimes that can be a hurdle for a lot of people. Like my day job is something totally different. Like I work in
Right.
Montgomery County or whatever like that. The book I'm a writer by heart and spirit because I write almost every day. That's what I love to do.
Right.
But until I'm ready to um to advertise my stuff. Like you
Or
talked about.
invest in yourself.
Correct. And like you talk about the stuff that I have on YouTube, like I create book trailers of my work on YouTube because I find it easy to do so. So if anything, I get mad at myself because I feel as though I have the tools and gifts
Right.
that a lot of people wish they had, but I'm just
Yeah.
not doing enough to instead of having 6 books out there, I should have like 20 because I'm sitting on books that are complete. I just haven't had them professionally edited yet, and I backburner them until I have like the resources to get them edited, and then I jump into something else.
Have
And
you ever heard of Fiverr or Fiverr?
I was gonna mention the same exact thing, Lynette. When
so, go. I'm sorry.
yeah, so have you? I
You
mean,
did the contracting site where you basically put a
yeah.
bid out for people. I have, and you're right. There are people who have services out there that aren't as expensive. My
Shut up.
concern. I'm sorry.
No, I wouldn't. Besides their services, how about you giving them your services and getting paid for it?
Ah, I got you. I'm sorry. I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, you know what I mean. If you have that gift, then you can turn things around really quick. You have that skill of writing. I mean, people are looking for that all the time.
Absolutely.
And you can use that to fund some of your own personal projects.
Exactly.
You know what? I never thought about that. I was
Shout out to
always
my
used.
mom. She's one of my editors. Hi, mom.
I had my cousin who is a writer, and she edited my first book. That was my Walls of Philadelphia book. By the way, is a horror, post apocalyptic, whatever. And it's like she struggled with it not because it wasn't any good, because it was so scary. So it's like I
Mhm.
enjoy writing in that medium, but I also do, sci-fi and some other thing. My problem is the fact that I write in a genre that a lot of people of color don't necessarily care about.
Or
You
don't
know,
understand, I guess.
well that
But
too, but I
but
mean,
that's why if you turn it into a movie, sometimes it's easier to understand visually than it is written. And if you're creating those book trailers the way that you are, I'm pretty sure you would have no problem with developing a movie.
well, it's funny that you mention that because at the end of this, I got addicted to people who are making these short stories on YouTube, be it
Hmm.
5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever like that. And I have the equipment. Like I just left Tustin Playground where we met, and that's where I do the Hilltop Hope Media Group.
Right.
I have all the cameras, I have all the lights. I have no excuse. I mean, I call myself a a cinematographer. I have the ability to do that, and without anyone else's help. So right now, I'm literally in the middle. I would like to say I'm 2/3 in the middle of completing like a short film horror, 5 minutes. Won't tell you much about it because I'd rather send you guys the link because I don't want to give anything away. Like
Okay.
I can do that, and I need to do more of it because it's not that hard. I have all the ideas already. It's just a lot of times you're pretty much just filming yourself. Like the one video I have that hopefully you got a chance to see, it's pretty much just stars me because when you try to bring in other people, oh man, okay, just let me know whatever, and they find out like people don't come through,
Well,
and people
Franchella and I are actresses.
really.
We
Yeah.
are. We're
Yeah,
not always
and,
available either,
and let me
but
tell you, wait. First and foremost, I'm not falling because I'm being chased. I'm
we
not
gonna tell you
the
what she
first
got
one to
going.
get
We
killed.
didn't even give her a
Okay.
job yet.
Yes, because I mean, black people in horror, we out. Like we don't wait to find out who's upstairs. Like no, okay.
We don't go in investigating. I get that. Well, I try not to insult people's intelligence when I'm building a character. Like, hey, what's that sound? Let me go check it out. I don't do that, because I have watched horror films since I watched the first Alien when I was like 6 years old with Sigourney Weaver. So I am, pretty on top of me using common sense when it comes to horror. But it's good to know that you guys are in that field because I'm telling you, I have some short stories that I'm going to make into films. And again, 5, 7 minutes. And some of them just involve just one person against their thoughts, or one person that has to respond to a knock at the door.
Right,
Right.
That
right.
sort of thing that I like. I like putting together things that I want somebody reading or watching one of my films where they are scared to go down the hall.
And see, I don't really like horror. I
Right.
don't, but doesn't mean that I won't do a little 5 minutes something, whatever, you know. But
Well,
I
just
don't,
go ahead. Just
I'm a little. I believe in spirits. I believe there's good spirits and bad spirits, and
as
I
do
don't
I.
invite. I try not to invite stuff, you know.
Well, this isn't even about this one I'm particular I'm thinking about that I'll send you guys the information with later. No spirits, no monsters, or whatever. Like some of my other books that's out there, absolutely. Like zombie, whatever, alien invasion, whatever.
Oh no, that's
But
different.
yeah, you're
I'm
talking
talking
that
about
stuff that don't
exorcism.
exist. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm talking about exorcism
yeah.
The
and
old man.
R type.
Yeah, that this particular one is just without giving too much away because I want you guys to take a look at it. In print anyway, just about a woman coming home and having a bad day that only gets worse, and I'll leave it at that. No spirits, no monsters, no creepy crawlies, no spiders. Just a woman who just wanted to seek refuge once she got home, and she ended up not finding the desired refuge she thought she'd have, and then we can go. Then it'll go from there.
Okay. Now, if you, my ideal role is to play like somebody who's like, "Oh, hi, peace of blessings," and then like, "Ah."
What?
You have to explain that a little bit.
I know.
My
What?
ideal
Happened?
role is to
What
play
just
like a psychopath, like somebody, she's so nice and she's just quiet, and you would never think that she was this other person. That's like my
happened?
ideal
You
role.
talking about like Sybil?
I
Sybil had multiple personalities.
not like that.
Your
That's
mom even
scary.
your mom just put that in a comment. Like
Oh,
Sybil, yeah, Sybil.
no, man, that's scary.
Why do you want to hurt people?
I don't want to hurt people. I just want to bring out the actress in me.
Gotcha.
Whereas you can be one person one way and then you're another person. More like that lady that was in what's the movie that she broke the guy ankle and she
Oh,
tied
misery.
Yes,
Misery. More
misery.
That's
like her. Like when she first met him, she was like, "Oh, hi, and it's so nice. And, oh, come on, I'm gonna take care of you."
you
She
know
got him home.
she was nuts, right?
Yeah, you turned what it was due north. What was that, a bird or something? It was turned a bird.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like
And
that. I don't know. Just.
Well, I will keep that in mind. But like I said, my problem, and again, this is what Sheldon Robinson. We've been friends since we were like 10 years old because we both grew up on Redfield Street in West Philly. Like, if anything, I'm overloaded with content. It would be almost a worse problem to have if I only had like 4 or 5 things to do.
Right.
Instead, I try to see. Excuse me. I try. I
Bless
try to
you.
thank you. I try to do too much, and I need to just kind of focus
Dealing
in
with
on
that.
a couple of projects at a time. And then, well, like I said, I don't want anything to take away from my commitment to like the volunteer stuff. It started with Overbrook, then it's changed over to Tustin and boxing coach and basketball coach, and now
Right.
the media group. Like I don't want it to take away from all the other things. So, like literally right now, I'm in front of my computer, and this is where and Google Docs is my best friend. This is when I try to like knock out an hour or two of writing because I feel like if I don't, it becomes easy to make excuses like I'll just write tomorrow, or I'll just write next week, and then next thing you know, you've
You don't.
stopped doing it and you
Right.
never get back to it.
My suggestion, and not that you asked me for it, but I'm gonna give it to you
Why not?
anyway. um, is to complete before you, like, to tell yourself, before I take on anything else, or before I do any other project or start another project, I'm going to complete the ones that I have already worked hard on,
Right.
because then you will have complete, you can check off boxes, and then if you decide to move to the next step, you can move to the next step. But as long as you keep adding onto your plate, you're going to get overwhelmed, and then the overwhelmness is going to make you shut down and say, I'm not today, not
Well,
Right.
today.
So are you at a point where you've written the script and then you just needed to edit, so that's why it's sitting there, because now you're waiting financially for something to 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 be available to make that happen. So instead of waiting on that, because that could be a while, all right, let me just write something else, because you seem to
Your
be very
mind is
creative, and all these different things are coming to your mind. Like I was telling the boys, you have a journal or something, and you just constantly writing stuff down. You be like, oh, this is an awesome story too. So is that why you just constantly write, and then
we boring you.
you go?
no, I'm no, I'm so I this has
I'm
been a
kidding.
long day. I pod. My day starts at like
It's okay. You don't
seven
pay me
something in
no
the
mind.
morning.
I'm yeah.
I apologize. But Francella, you're right because I have a full length novel um that I finished a couple years ago that I self edit, tweak. I know it's gonna be expensive to get that, edited. So then I move to short story part two to one of my other first short stories, and then I move like I'm constantly moving and dipping and diving instead of taking what I have and just all right, suck it up, pay that five, six, seven, however, whatever amount of money to get these other books that's already done out there. So that's my biggest problem. What were you whispering out?
Because my mom helped me edit three of my books, and she has an eagle eye, like things that I would think I caught, she would catch,
Well, yeah.
and she's on here now. So, mom, if you want to make a couple dollars,
Hello, mother.
I mean, plug. It's a
Yeah.
lot of work, but editing is a lot of work. And I read and I read, and you reread and you rewrite because you think you want to keep the audience in mind, and
Right.
the reader, and say, how could this be interpreted or misinterpreted, and what. So yeah, but I recommend Fiverr or Fiverr, however, because sometimes they do offer those services at a fraction of the cost.
Right.
Now, also, if you get somebody to review it, you can get a reviewer who might make suggestions, and those suggestions then become edits. You know,
That's what I really want to do first before having it professionally edited. I want someone else to read this book and see, oh, does that make sense? Like, because when you guys know how it is, you read your own work, it sounds
right,
fantastic.
right,
Someone else will say, well, what sense does it make for this person to go down the hallway? They know there's something waiting for them. Like
right.
But you
you,
don't. So yeah, so you can have family, friends, us. You can just have, it's
A
not a watch
reading
party,
party.
a reading party, and have everybody, read the script and give you a feedback. Because really, your family and friends, they're going to be the readers, right? Your neighbor, your coworker, they're like the readers. You make everybody sign an NDA, of course, and then you have this, you order, that's cheap, you order pizza and wings, and have this, like,
A
reading
reading
party, and
party.
all
Yeah.
the feedback from them, and go from there. You
Oh,
might be too hard on yourself. You might be
right, right.
something that's, really really good, and you think it's not good. We always are our worst
Worst
critics, of
critic.
course, right?
Yeah,
And
that's
so
so
I
true.
agree.
So
yeah.
true.
Well, the problem is kind of, and I mentioned this when we first started talking, is that my close friends
Mm-hmm.
are not readers. Like I'm reading multiple books right now. I'm on Goodreads. I'm all I do is read. But my friends, and this isn't a slam on them or whatever like that. Like that's not how they get down. Or I
Mhm.
multitask watching movies and I do audiobooks. So it's easy for me to listen to an audiobook at work or
Mhm.
driving or doing dishes or laundry or whatever. Um, my friends don't do that. So it's harder to reach out to strangers like, hey, give me your opinion on this 250-page book.
Well, you can join a book club and then present it to the book club. I have a book. I want to do a reading. Can I come to your book club? Since everybody in the book club is reading, so sometimes you gotta try and say, okay, well, I can't do this, but what can I do?
Right.
You know
Right.
what I mean? Like I can't do this, but what can I do to keep moving the project forward? Now you didn't know you were going to get a sermon, and tonight,
No, I listen. I have my ears open,
but
and
we're
to
this is
anyone that gives advice.
right. This is what we do on this platform. As you can see, we want you to be successful at what it is that you do, which is the only reason why we're giving you the feedback that we're giving you. But tell people how they can support you in your efforts and what you're doing. So if there's anybody out there, I'll just put it out there now. If there's anybody
Right.
out there who want to be a volunteer reader to help, with editing or whatever, if he's putting it out there, please put your name in the comment section, your email address, so that he can reach out to you.
That's right.
Um,
Help a brother out.
yes,
Yeah.
help a brother out. Reading
Now,
for
now,
brother.
now you have some shorts too, though, right?
Yeah. So I did the what's out there right now is again the full length novel of Walls of Philadelphia. That's the post apocalyptic movie. I'm sorry, book that I did. I have about four short stories that are about 50 to 60 pages long. One is, excuse me, Josh's letter, a former boxer, leave it at that. One is Fire and Blood or Blood and Fire, whatever, story about two brothers who are at odds because they live different lifestyles until the book trailer does it more justice, but they come across in an attempt to bond, they could come across a meteorite and it gives them special gifts. That's kind of like a sci-fi-ish sort of book. And Lost Exit, um, more of a mysterious kind of mystery sort of book. A young couple is on I-95 driving home. It's backed up. They decide to get on this exit to kind of go around the backup, and they find themselves in a town that doesn't exist. And it's kind of a town that's trapped in time. So to me, that was really fun to draw. I mean, right, because that was originally a short story on my football board that involved other characters, including their race. So all I did was change their names to normal people's names, kept their race the same, and pretty much just ran with that. So I'm probably missing a couple right now, but I hope to get another full length book out called Maya Surviving the Fall, which is again it's going back to what I like to do, which is called world building. I never mention a town, I never mention a state or even the United States when I'm writing this book. It's about a woman raising a child, newborn at that, after to use a overused cliche, when the lights go out. Something happens in the world where electricity is down and people have to survive. And it goes back to Lynette, what you mentioned about talking about the human condition. In a lot of things I write, the if there, I don't care if there's a monster on at the door or alien invasion, whatever happens, that is the given. What I like to write about is how do we treat each other once law and order is out the window. And I was talking to one person about one of my books who thought I was too harsh in the way I explain it. It's like, think about right now, we have people who still do um, killings, or, attacks, murder, whatever, and we have laws against that, but people
Right,
still do killings every day.
right.
What would happen if government fell
We were lawless.
and we were lawless? that stuff you wouldn't be able to walk out the door without your neighbor who they want water. They're out of water, but they think you still have some water. Or their loved one needs medicine that, of course, the CVSs have closed weeks ago. They think you're sitting on medicine that they can't have anymore. They're going to knock down your door and take it from you. And they probably will kill you in the effort. Like, there's no reason, there's no way to sugarcoat that.
Right.
Have you guys ever watched the movie The Road?
It's just a yeah, but just to piggyback off of that, y'all vote for Trump. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
I, I'll try. Part of my job works in election stuff, so I will not touch that because I don't want to get in trouble. But again, it's just your worst fear. And look, we've seen some of it. If you think about what went on during Katrina, and
Mhm.
you think somebody, and I'm a historian buff. I love history, and so what you'll find is that when one side has more power, they take advantage of the other side. We they gloss over that type of stuff, but it's what the Germans did to sorry, what the Russians did to Germany at the end of the war when they were coming back towards Berlin.
Right.
They raped and pillaged. So we can't ignore that when just because we're writing a book and we pretend like these sort of things to have. I try not to go into detail because there's ways of conveying the scene without being graphic,
Right.
but at the same time I try not to avoid it either because unfortunately the human condition is we're pretty much monsters.
Sometimes painting the picture though helps. I mean, the way you write that helps to paint the picture gives a person a better perspective on, what it is that you're trying to convey, the message that you're trying to convey. But tell people
Well,
how,
real quick, I just want to mention when I thank you, Sharon, for tuning in. Sharon Water, she said the Twilight Zone type theme, what you're
Absolutely.
right, right.
finished,
Yes.
and she says she likes that. Yeah.
So tell people how they can find your shorts on YouTube, where they can go, and how they can support you and purchase your books and follow you on social media.
Right. So the, I have a YouTube page. You can go on YouTube and type in RS space Cartier. It is difficult to find because that Cartier watch jewelry company just you have to scroll down a lot to finally get to me. Or the easiest way is if you type in Walls of Philadelphia trailer, that should bring you right to my page because you'll see my icon that you'll then click on, my profile, and then of course that'll show you all the different. I've been at my job for 27 years in Montgomery County, but I did about 10 years part time doing some law enforcement stuff. And so me and my buddy, we did some like goofy trailers where we're pretend like we're in the scene of one of my books, pulling out our weapon because we're about to be attacked and stuff like just pretty much having fun. Utilizing some of the special effects I do in Adobe. And so that's how you get to my trailers. And of course, to purchase any of my stuff, I'm on Amazon. So if you just typed in RS Cartier, you would find, the books that I read. And again, the only
Cartier.
yeah, sorry, RS, then CARTIR, just like the jeweler. And Waiting to See the Sun book was fun to write because that's my only true story, nonfiction, because that's the story of my life. Me and my wife have three children. The first two were born with a rare metabolic disorder called MSUD, and so I wrote this book with just a way. It's so rare that probably no one knows anybody who actually has this.
I've
But
never
I've
heard of it. What is it?
Oh, it's MSUD, which is an acronym for maple syrup urine disease. And trust me, it's one of those weird things that until you actually know someone who has it's prevalent amongst Amish people in Lancaster because um, they're German, like a very part smidge of me.
Okay.
They reproduce amongst themselves because they are a close knit, group. So that's why it spreads more amongst them. But luckily for us, that it's in Pennsylvania because our state um, checks for it during a newborn screen. So my daughter and son were both, it got caught early. which is why they've been able to lead a normal life. Other
Okay.
states that don't check for this, by the time they figure out what this really is, it causes brain damage in a lot of children.
So what is the test? So just so
Um,
people can know, what is the test that people should be made aware of?
well, it's one of those things where, again, is because I guess they test for this. I don't know. I don't want to sound like a bad doctor, but either the genome or the DNA. I don't know what exactly they test for, but I
Okay.
know they for this state they absolutely test to see. Me and my wife don't have it, but me and my
Okay.
wife have the gene, and
Okay.
it's dormant in us. So what happens is, um, we stood. Of course, we didn't know this ahead of time. She probably wouldn't have married me, but we stand a 1 in 4 chance of having children born with this condition. And so we just was like the first two was just like surprise, But with child number two, we knew we at least had a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Our third child, which I call our blessing mistake child that we weren't planning, um, was born without it.
Oh
So
wow.
he didn't have to. We end up having the book talks about us having the children having transplants and all this other type of stuff. So it was a struggle in the beginning. We lived at Children's Hospital. We met other people going through the same things we were going through, and um, again, many blessings, many prayers, and that's I think why our children are doing well today.
Right. Well,
Good.
good. And the good part is that it hopefully brought you two closer together instead of apart. Because sometimes when couples face challenges like that, it causes them to have a struggle amongst each other. Out of frustration for what
Oh,
it is that they're
listen,
going through.
I
So
think I included that in the book because it's easier. Like you said, things like that can fracture a couple. Especially we were young at the time.
absolutely.
We were in our mid 20s. Um, when you meet, what keeps you grounded is that we would meet other families from Washington State, or we would meet people who had children with physical deformities, or we would meet children who never left the hospital. Like we would take our kids home every couple days so they got sick again, and then we bring them back, yada yada yada. We saw some kids that we knew just because they're always there. Like they lived at the hospital. They lived at the parents lived at Ronald McDonald House. So we felt fortunate. Like how can we give this sad story, this woe is me, like because not only is our condition rare, it's super rare amongst black people
Right.
because it's usually again a high Amish thing, but again we
Right.
the German blood that's in us. Um, so it's like how dare we have this rare super diseasey thing that just no one hear about, but at the
Right.
same time it kept us focused because it's like you can't walk around with your head down where these people who are going through worse things than you
Right. And
don't
you
seem to be
needed it.
down.
And
Right.
you needed each other at that time. Like if there was no other time that you needed each other the most, that would be the times, you
Absolutely.
know. But we're going to wrap up because our show is getting ready to go to a close. But I just want you to end on what was the takeaway? What's the takeaway that you wanted people to? What was the message in that book that you wanted people to take away?
Um, part was religious and part was the religious part was just having faith. I was born and raised in a church, Bible Way Baptist Church in West Philly, and I go to a different church now that's like Bible Way Part Two called Pinal Baptist Church in North Philly.
Okay.
Just people say like God's not going to give you anything that you can't handle. Like I felt as though instead of at first saying like, "Oh my gosh, woe was me," it's like, well, why not me? Like it's like I feel as though me and my wife had the sort of temperament to be able to deal with. Again, most people don't even have one child with a disability. We had two, and it did not break us. It did not make us, crawl into a corner and cry or whatever like that. We just kept rolling. My son, who's to the left of me right now, who's about to graduate high school, I watched him almost die.
Wow.
He almost died right in front of me in the emergency room because with that condition, there's stages.
Wow.
And once it gets to a certain point, you have seizures and then you go into a coma. He was in a coma. The next stage after coma was death. and
Right.
so it was literally right in front of me.
Right.
So that I use that with my children, like to as like a way to empower them. Like, yo, you've been through stuff. Like you
Right.
can't let the school bully or
Right.
somebody chirping at you to affect you where you've already been through the hard stuff just being still
Exactly.
alive, you
Right.
know.
Right.
It's truly
Well,
a blessing. It's
abs-
truly a blessing.
absolutely. And prayers still going up, constant prayers that,
Oh, absolutely. My
you know,
mother's a huge prayer warrior, and I
absolutely.
definitely don't think we would have been able to go through this successfully without not just her, but a lot of people who are, was praying for us, not just ourselves. So you need that village to all
Village.
hold hands to, prayer groups and everything, because
Right.
my kids could have ended up a lot worse. There were still people with that condition that would die later on in life, not just in childhood. So, but
Right.
they're both doing great.
Continuous prayers. And we thank you so much for coming
Right.
on the Real Recognize Real Talk radio show. And, let us read some of those shorts. Me and Lynette will be happy to, are we supposed to go? Is that, I mean, I got it down packed. So, we got you. We got you.
Well, thank you for having me because this was a big deal for me. And is this a recording? Well, is this something I can send people links to afterwards? Or
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we'll do.
awesome, awesome. I
Yeah.
can't wait.
So we'll definitely share this on our social media page, on our RRR Talk Radio Facebook and Instagram page as well, and then I'll share the link with you so you
Yeah.
can share it also.
Appreciate you all so much.
All
Thank
right.
you, thank
Thank you
you.
once again. Take care.
Many
Take care.
blessings to you,
Yeah.
and
Y'all too.
keep writing, but don't pick up nothing new.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Take care. Have a good night.
You too.
All right.
Thank y'all, thank y'all so much to our guests for tuning in. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you, Franchella.
Absolutely. Thank you guys once again for tuning in to the Real Recognize Real Talk radio show. There's a little low key type of a show today. We want to get all of our talent out there, whether is they hype this up here or down here, depending on, their mood. Love the kids. Love the
Absolutely.
kids. Always want to give the kids a platform because,
Absolutely.
some of these people might never get it. You know what I mean? Like everybody,
Exactly.
I always said when I used to do my real recognized real hip hop showcases, a lot of the guys, really had awesome lyrics and they can really rap, but everybody's not going to make it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And then
Because,
everybody's not given a platform to even be recognized. You know what
right,
I mean? So
right.
so there's some phenomenal people out there doing good things that nobody gets to see because they don't get a platform. They don't get a door open for them. So here at the Real Recognize Real Talk radio show, we open that door. We
Yep.
open that door and we welcome
And
you to come through because
yep.
sometimes it's like for us and then sometimes it's not for us. Like I feel like tonight's show was not about us. It was more about us helping the people on our show. Like God, it was divine intervention. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? So
Absolutely.
thank y'all.
Absolutely. Yep. Thank you. Thank you to everybody in the comment section. Sorry I didn't get to read, a lot of those. Thank you for the support. Please continue to share our Facebook Live shows so people can, view them. If you know anybody who wants to be on the show, please hit us up at rrrtalkradio@yahoo.com or on our website. Just send us a message. We be getting some messages through there, which is RRR Talk Radio. And we got you. You know what I'm saying? As long as we around me and my deuce over here, Lynette, we got you. We got
We
you.
got you.
Hey, look.
Follow us on social media, RRR Talk Radio on Instagram, Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. We revamped it. Thank you, Liz.
Yes.
Follow us on our YouTube channel, RRR Talk Radio, and I believe it's 1531. But if you type in Real Recognize Real Talk Radio on YouTube, it should come up.
Yep.
Subscribe. Like,
It
get our
can't be
numbers
us,
up.
it can't be us without you.
That's
So
right.
we thank you. And our platform, I mean, it's free. We don't charge nobody. You know what I'm
Nope.
saying? We don't ask for nothing.
Nope.
So we just want to spread the love and
Yes.
share the love. So
Amen.
you
Shout
guys
out to the host with the most, Franchella.
and the co-host,
Uh,
Lynette. Wait, which
the
way?
other way.
You know I don't know my left from my right.
That's why I had to do it under the little, see my little fingers down here. Oh,
Exactly. All right, y'all. Thanks again, and we'll
have
see
a,
you later.
have a good night and a blessed week, y'all. Mwah. Thank y'all for tuning in. Be safe out here in these streets.
All day, all day.